It's important every once in a while for a church to ask, are we good news? Are we making a difference in the world around us? Every night, the news is filled with angry, scared people, and it would be easy to let the losses of the past year distract us from looking ahead to God's future. How can we share the good news of Jesus? Love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, kindness, self-control. These fruits of the Spirit are evidence of a people walking with Christ and are radical notions in today's climate. Together, we're like an orchard growing good fruit. As we go out into our community bearing fruit, we bring the good news of Jesus to everyone we meet. When you're walking with Jesus, you can't help but see others the way He does, and people like being seen that way. It's been a difficult year. People we loved aren't here anymore. We lost some of them to the pandemic. We lost others to how we chose to handle COVID. We lost some people because of our decision to include women elders. During a time of being shut in our homes, in fear and uncertainty, we missed each other. We missed being together. And yet, we are excited as we look to the future. We are eager to empower the generations coming behind us and to invest in communities we deeply care about in Abilene and around the world. In the coming weeks, we look forward to showing you the fruit of your faithful generosity. Our future includes many different voices. Today, we celebrate our new vision of shared leadership, inviting every person, including women, to use their gifts and talents for God's glory here in the Highland body. Now listen to one of our sisters tell her story.
My name's Erin May. I am a future elementary school teacher starting in January at Abilene ISD. And I fell in love with Highland when I started coming here as a college student, got plugged in with the a cappella worship ministry. I grew up in a very traditional Church of Christ, all a cappella, not even a praise team, just one guy on the stage. So a cappella feels like home to me. As I got plugged in with the worship ministry and got to be singing with Jeff, then met Michael. Michael asked if I would be interested in singing an instrumental service. Having grown up never attending an instrumental worship service, that was a really big step for me, but I wanted to be a part of it. So I said yes and got involved just singing. This last year, Jeff and Michael were both gone on a Sunday morning and asked me if I would be willing to lead service, like be the worship minister for the day. And I willingly said yes, was so excited to be doing it. As I was leading on Sunday, did Thursday rehearsal, did the Sunday run through. As I was standing there on Sunday morning in front of the body, was just struck with what a big deal it was. Having grown up in the context that I did, and I think just phasing into it the way that I did, it didn't hit me until that moment how big of a deal it was. That I was there, a 22-year-old female, standing in front of a church body, leading them in worship. It just hit me all of a sudden that is something I never could have thought about. Throughout my childhood and teen years, I realized that while not explicitly stated to me, was whispered in my ear that my voice wasn't as valuable, that my gifts were not as important as the boys sitting next to me. And that really struck a chord with me even as a high schooler. I got frustrated with the church. I loved my youth group. I loved the church that I grew up in. And I felt that they didn't value me. So it finally hit me on that Sunday when I was standing in front of the whole body and they were listening to my words being sung and being spoken with respect and love. I was just overcome with thankfulness and gratitude for Highland, the way that they've accepted me and welcomed me and taught me. I've even decided that I'm staying in Abilene long term as an adult because of the way that Highland welcomed me and taught me. So I'm glad to be here and thankful for all the ways that Highland has changed my life.